What's good? Happy Friday. It's going to be a beautiful day, man. Last night, I know y'all stayed up to watch the excitement on the college football circuit. You had Miami Hurricanes versus Ole Miss Rebels, and this was crazy. The game started slow, and it was real special. I'm trying to tell you, Miami Hurricanes, they had a 3-0 lead in the first quarter after they kicked the field goal. And then next thing you know, in the first quarter, you had Muhammad Torrey. He caught the sack right there, against the Ole Miss Rebels for Miami. And then Mark Fletcher Jr., he came in there and he recovered a loose ball with 2:30 after a while. And then Carter Davis kicked the field goal. So Carter Davis, he made it happen for the Hurricanes early 3-0. Keywan Lacey, 73-yard touchdown for the Ole Miss Rebels, from Trinidad Chambliss. I mean, that started the second quarter. The first play, this was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was just straight off the gate. Like, let's go. And then next thing you know, Carson Beck, he fires back with a 52-yard touchdown pass to Keelan Marion. Keelan Marion did a good job in the game last night. 17-13 was at halftime. Lucas Canero, his field goal, end of the second quarter for Ole Miss. That really helped bring them to that 13 point. And wow, Lucas Canero, he missed the field goal with 11 minutes in the third quarter. And Kapina Gushikin, he caught an interception. And this interception that he caught, it kind of changed the game a little bit. That was off of Carson Beck. So this allowed Ole Miss to kind of fill themselves and get back into the game because it was a lot of defense being played back and forth. It was real tough in the beginning. They didn't really open up scoring-wise until the second half of the game, that is, because Miami had already struck, a few times early on and took it to 17, like I said, in the first half. And then from there, this second quarter, once it ended, it got crazy because Carson Beck, he's played in back-to-back years. He was in this position last year with the University of Georgia, except that they lost. This year, he won. Came back with the University of Miami, and he was able to win and get past to the championship. And he's going to be taking on the winner of Indiana and Oregon. This is going to be interesting because Carson Beck, he played, really serious. He had 23 for 37 last night, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Mark Fletcher Jr., 22 carries, 133 yards. Keelan Marion, 7 receptions for Keelan Marion, 114 yards and 1 touchdown. They did great. They handled their business. They were racking the numbers up. Miami was moving all night. I think both teams, both young squads, they were, hammering it down. They were smashing and bashing. Some asses were getting kicked. Some people was getting, broken up. There was a lot of physical activity going on last night. Chambliss, he had 23 for 37, 277 yards, 1 touchdown. And then you had Keywan Lacey, who had 11 carries and 103 yards and 1 touchdown for Keywan Lacey. He's going to be a star. I think look forward for him to go to the NFL because these guys were banging and, really staying focused. And there was a lot of back and forth scoring towards the end. And this second half was real interesting. And it resulted in a Miami 31-27 win because down the stretch, as you see, and that was an incredible run for this Miami Hurricanes team and Carson Beck and these guys to score this last touchdown after they were already down 27-24 to this Ole Miss Rebels team. After you see Trinidad Chambliss, he hooks up with Keywan Lacey and gets these guys really going, and they start to spread the defense, but it came down to the last 1 minute of the game, 1 minute and some change, where the Miami Hurricanes, they took their time, they brought the ball down upfield, they made some good moves, and they got this done. So I say shout out to them. And Jacoby Thomas was the defensive player of the game. He did really good, handled his business. Carson Beck was the offensive player of the game. And the Miami Hurricanes, since 2001, it's been 24 years since they've been in the championship, but they made it this time. So check us out, Donboy718. Blessings.